This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
Customer Service Podcast, we back. I am Only K.
CM.
Dog.
Today, heavy one. It might not seem as heavy because most people don't quite make this correlation, but I believe there is a... Yeah, I think so. I do actually think so. I truly believe that there is a very close correlation between the music we listen to as different groups of people and our behavior, our emotional state. You know, we could go in and talk about vibrations. I could start
Third eye, pineal gland, cymatics, frequencies, and all that good shit.
But all these things have a direct correlation with how we carry ourselves behaviorally on a daily basis. Specifically, let's just see, let's just talk about what's the easiest topic, or the easiest, I guess, genre. The easiest genre to make that correlation.
I'm going to come back to you on that one because I'm going to fight for the other side.
Okay,
but continue.
all right, perfect. The easiest genre to see that correlation, obviously, would be rap music. And I can't, I'm starting to separate rap from hip hop, because hip hop, we're a little older.
I would say J. Cole is hip hop.
Yes, we have a different perspective on there's rap, this rhyme scheme that we call rap, to me, has three pieces. You've got hip hop,
it's rap, hip hop, and trash.
I'll definitely go with that one. But I would say
trash.
Dance, I think, was the other one. Like, if
no.
I mean,
like, as far as like the main things, you got rap, you got hip hop, and you got pop. Like, pop. Rap music has become pop. Yeah. It is pop. It's probably the most popular music around, unless you are Indian and you're a third of the world's population. And, you like what you like, or you got a different style. All right.
How many gang get?
Violence in the music. What do we know? There's plenty of violence, or plenty of the emotional state of somebody who's a little unhinged at points.
Upset.
In rap music. So you got violence, you got...
sometimes you need that, though.
Heavy sexuality.
Yes.
You got heavy drug use.
All the time.
More prevalent than in the last 10 years. If you asked me this in the last 10 years, I'd be like, nah, it's not about that.
It's the last days.
And even in the last 10 years, it was heavy. If you ask me in the last 20 years, I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
This past, I would say within the past 5 to 6 years, it's been heavy drug, not on the dealer tip.
Well, we had Eminem had his baby mother in the trunk like it was regular.
We gonna get there. Slow down.
But hold on, that was
get there.
a guy.
I'm just thinking.
That was a guy.
Overall.
A guy out of all the rappers. That was one guy at that point.
It's a white guy.
Yeah, why did not? But that was one guy.
It's a white guy.
How many of them are there now? I don't know. It's probably untold amounts. There's new quote unquote musicians on a daily. So, to get into recent topic, today is Sunday. What is today? The 23rd, July 23rd. YNW Melly, please enlighten me, because I just heard about this. I wasn't too familiar with the story. Talk about it, please, fellas.
So, YNW Melly, rapper from Florida. A lot of people know him for the song Murder on My Mind. Yellow tape around his body is a fucking homicide. That's that guy. So, he's been locked up in confinement, I don't know for how long. I think it's been like a year, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. I found out Friday, I think it was Friday, I found out Saturday.
Peanut butter and oodles and noodles.
There was a mistrial in his case. The jurors could not unanimously come to the decision that he murdered 2 of his best friends. Now, how do we get to the situation
I didn't even know it was 2. That's crazy.
Of him murdering his 2 best friends? Allegedly, they were in the car. He was in the back seat. His 2 best friends were in the front seat. Comments, correct me if I'm wrong. His 2 best friends got hit the fuck up. Like, headshots and everything. Hit the fuck up. Allegedly, he did it got out the back seat, sprayed the whip, called it in. Oh my God, there's been a drive-by. Somebody just killed my 2 friends. The prosecution tried to say that Murder on My Mind was basically him saying, look at what I did.
Wow.
What they didn't know was that song was out for a year before that situation occurred.
So as if he was
the dumbest shit.
allegedly like that was like the premeditation stage.
Yeah, but the way they were trying to spin it was that, you know, the song dropped and then he did it because the song was so hot. When in reality the song got released first. Now,
What kind of
this whole
So it would
Inside Out,
get the
like,
song
what
would
the
get
fuck?
street cred. Is that what you're saying? Like it would just legitimize the song. Now it's not
like you
even
just
like.
artificial like yo
That's
imagine
wild.
being
no,
the friend hearing the song.
the prosecution is
What?
saying he did this and then released this song, saying like he's basically like watch. I'm some
I see.
narcissist
Trying to
shit.
get away with it.
I'm about
I
to
see.
get away with it and I'm about to blow up. It's gonna be all in your face and there's nothing you could do about it. What they don't know was he just created this song. It's like when Snoop did Murder on My Mind and then caught a fucking
Murder
murder
Was the
case.
Case.
Murder was the
Yeah.
case and then caught a murder case. Same thing.
Is that how that happened?
That's how Snoop dropped the song.
That's the timeline,
Murder was
I
the
think,
case, and then like 3-4 months later, he caught a murder case. So it's one of those situations where he dropped this song. Now, what we're trying to tie into is this whole the music is what you listen to. As far as your behavior goes, it's a certain type of individual that will do something and or not do
What the
something
fuck?
but make the music about doing something, that violent music.
Yeah.
Now this individual may have these thoughts. He, for all we know, he could be some wild serial killer. We don't know. There's plenty of niggas we walk by who probably got bodies in the hood all day.
The hood
you would
got
never
serial
know.
killers, and
The
you
hood
just don't
has
label
serial
them serial
killers, and you
killers.
just don't know. Like the hood don't label them serial killers. It's just motherfuckers knocking niggas down. Anyway,
That's what they said about Vaughn.
he probably
Yeah, say he was.
has all
We're not gonna
these
go there.
wild thoughts in his head, releases this song. The song actually blows up to where you have people.
That shit is fucking.
Yo, I'm trying to like
What the hell?
find the correct words because the words that he's using in the song with the delivery,
He's saying homicide and right?
it's not necessarily that. It's the cadence of his voice. It's the
sad.
it's the
Intent.
lullaby. It's almost like you would, this little piggy went to
the
market.
rhythm is-
The rhythm of the music, the melody. Thank you. The
Melody.
melody, the rhythm of the song. When you hear it, that's what catches people. I don't think the words matter. It's that underlying your subconscious picks up.
Anything.
That's
Any
why
words would have been good.
That's
with
why
that.
you can hear a certain beat with no words and be like, "This is fire."
Right.
It's up to the person that can you deliver on this. I think what we as people pick up is the beat. You pick up that rhythm, the
Yeah.
vibration.
You get the
Oh,
vibration
this
first.
is nice.
Without a doubt. I
You
believe
get
it.
hypnotized
Like a
with those
frequency
words,
type.
the frequency. You
Yep.
get hypnotized with those words, not really listening. Like you're listening to him saying, "It's murder on my mind." I just clapped my friend. After the 5th time of you hearing that, it's just
almost
in the
like,
background.
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like it's just
yeah,
you're
for
going
speaking
through
at this
life.
point.
You're playing on a video game. The dude on the other team is bumping it through his speaker. Like it, you feel it. Okay, so now with all that out the way,
These are facts. These are facts.
I don't know if I can blame. How did this music come to be? Let's start there. How did this music come to be?
I'm in the wrong
because
place.
in the 90s,
Well,
sure,
okay, go ahead.
you were speaking of,
What
after
was
the
actually going on? Like it was actually, 90s was dirty. It was dark.
90s was dirty, of course, but it was there
Rougher.
was a poetic delivery to, you selling somebody drugs and then somebody getting murdered versus now where it's just like
Thrown
this
in your face, kind of.
in
right?
your face, disrespectful,
Yeah.
like I'm looking to catch a body.
Yeah.
Like I got my gun on me.
It's angry.
When
You
I
see-
see you,
Well, angry.
yeah, like you're angry. But where did this come from?
No,
because
no,
there
no,
was
check,
boom
check,
bap.
check. We can see where it come from, right? So in the 90s, the way it was is like the 90s was this type of music, with the exception of NWA was bringing in the 90s, right? So the whole thing there between NWA, then you got Wu-Tang in the early 90s, was like, yo, this is how my life is because of, you know,
I wouldn't say Wu-Tang was mad though.
No, I wouldn't say Wu-Tang was mad.
Like
but
NWA was mad. I think Wu-Tang was just wild.
No,
I think Wu-Tang
NWA was almost like activism in a sense.
Yeah.
But and then you had a Public Enemy too, right? So then you're what they're doing is what art is supposed to do is just tell you how life is.
Make you think.
This wasn't artificial at that point. You come into the 2000s, that how my life, crazy, wild shit in the streets is what's making people money.
You think
now,
50 started that?
No. I would say.
In that 2000s era?
No, not even, because you still had things like the Locks and
That
shit like that.
was raw.
When was the Rough Riders era?
The Locks.
Late 90s.
Yeah.
95.
That's late 90s.
Late 90s, right?
95 and
Late
up,
90s.
96 and up.
So you got people telling their experience of the street, and then you have the new listener hearing it like, oh, that's how you get hot, and then artificiate that experience, like create that situation for
setting the
themselves.
standard.
Right. Instead of it being something that's just this is how it is living in this situation. It's like, I'm making this situation, and this is how it's gonna be because I need these reps.
Let me drop 2 lyrics for you, right?
When the money came in, that's where shit started to be like, oh, okay. Let me just do what they doing.
Is there a difference between yellow tape around his body, it's a fucking homicide, I got murder on my mind,
Jeez.
and how he... let me get it out. I know, but
Someone call the police.
yellow tape around his body, it's a fucking homicide, murder on my mind, whatever. And how he hawk niggas in they fucking back. You talk about how you puss in your man's lane. Is there a difference between that?
Hold on.
the latter.
Soon as I hear that, I immediately think of the Warriors movie. The Warriors movie that's what it was. Like it was, you got Burroughs and
We gonna walk right
everybody's,
through this shit.
and this is how it is. Like, yo, you get off the train, yo,
You might
the
get
lapel
smoked.
on your jacket ain't this.
Yeah, you wake up choosing
Mike
violence.
is
This
smoked.
might be you or
automatically.
me.
What's the difference between the two?
The
Why
one
are we
thing-
more? Is it because hawk niggas in they fucking back was 25, 30-year-old grown men, and murder on my mind is a 20-year-old kid? Is that why now
I
we're
see what you're
more
saying.
like? Why now?
I see what
It's
you're
a different
saying.
delivery, sure.
Yeah.
But the age gap between the people who delivered it at the time is quite substantial.
I see what you're saying, but it sounds a lot more like, all right, and you're gonna take the Kiss bars, the Locks version, as to be like, this is how things were, because not at all because of rap, because we came with this rap. This is how shit was. The 80s was fucking terrible. The 90s got even darker because you're basically getting the aftermath of what went down in the 80s. And this is how life was. This is how people had to survive. Like, it was really on some killer be killed shit. You got the emergence of all gangs in the late 80s and 90s.
So any rappers who made it out of the 90s is like a staple. Like
They were just saying, yo, this is what happened because of what happened then. Now, this is what happened because y'all like the music that these people made from what happened then. And
I get okay.
artificially created or artificially, I guess, is circumvented the right word? You brought this, you
They
kept
were
this in the
also
limelight.
young at the time when they were making that shit too. Like
Yeah.
when the Locks was making,
Of course.
making this shit. How old were they?
They were young. They were
late
they
90s
were
and shit,
younger
you know
than we
what I
are.
mean?
They was
They started
in
the
the
same
20s.
shit,
They were in
yeah.
the 20s.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, you're in that mindset of obviously you're not thinking so far ahead, but I'm just saying the circumstances were different. Like, this is something that they had to go through, and then right now the people that's going through it is because the people
You're choosing to go through it almost.
They chose to go through this and keep it as the thing instead of coming out of this.
Yeah. I don't have another choice. This is what I'm doing.
And it's not even that you don't have another choice, because the situation is different, right?
It's easy, though.
We talked about this in other pods. All the opportunities are here now.
You're
Back
choosing.
then, the
I get it.
opportunities
I get
were
that
not
part.
there.
But I'm
So
saying, It's easy to just go hang out with your boy outside.
Absolutely,
Pick up
absolutely.
the hammer and run around like an asshole.
Absolutely. This thing is the hammer is
That's a
crazy
layup.
right now.
Yeah.
It's Griselda love songs, right? They talking about folded gaps with
Hey,
shoulder straps.
They
Like,
fucking made it out.
that shit didn't exist then.
Can I present an idea?
Go ahead.
All right, so what if it's a better turnaround rate for me to sign?
You talking about business?
Yeah.
All right,
A
let's
better
go.
turnaround rate for me to sign artists that may not have a long life expectancy, maybe
Ooh.
even probably a prison sentence. Time is an artist's benefit because a lot of times in business, 30 years later, I now have access to the masters that I didn't have.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so versus now you dying and I can kind of use your likeness
I
for whatever.
have never thought of that before, but from a, if you're
Or just a
obviously-
tax write-off. I can go ahead and get a couple artists and I don't care what you do.
Listen, no. It's crazy because there's a point, where we, as far as business goes, right, if there's a level of information that we don't have, we look at stuff as slimy and grimy. But when you do have that information, I'm trying to think of the metaphor somebody has said long ago. Once you got the information and know how the plays are made or how the game is played, it doesn't become slimy anymore because it becomes something that you can use. So something like that, you might think of as like a slimy tactic. And honestly, I personally think that too. But that as a business ideal, like, yo, these motherfuckers is gonna end up either dead or in jail. So I get a discounted rate on a catalog.
Buy your mother a house now.
Look at Drake. It doesn't pay to have a whole bunch of
Thank
Drakes.
God for Drake, bro.
Drake pays for artists to be on streaming services at this point. With just his numbers alone, and he's outlasting his business deals. You know what I mean? So keep in mind, he's only going to get bigger and bigger.
Drake's
It
the
doesn't-
fucking man,
But he's
bro.
one of
and I
like
think
a handful.
anomaly.
don't
Yeah.
need that to happen.
Right.
So why invest in that happening again, or potential in that happening?
When you can get shit in perpetuity from
Drake's so good,
people
dude.
with a life cycle
Drake's so
of
good.
several months,
It's fucking six
a
God.
year or two. Yo,
Shout out to
that's
Six God.
incredible. That's incredible. That's
Yeah.
that's some great insight
That was
right
a
there.
very good point.
Dang. That shit fucked me up just now. Okay, so we got YNW Melly. He's basically telling you what he's going to do in the future. Sick thing is your homies who you allegedly, whatever happened, have also heard this song. I don't want to get too crazy.
But why is it so hypnotic? Why
Well, we
is-
know why it's hypnotic.
Why is everybody in the whip bumping fuck hoes, sell drugs, kill niggas, my gun bigger than your gun?
Now, you want to go tinfoil hat, or we talking about facts here?
Don't matter. This is one and the same at this point.
No. The facts are,
Look at everything like that.
everybody has a frequency, and once you tap that frequency, you can understand whatever. This is radio wave shit. This is old GSM SIM card shit. It's all on a wavelength. We exist on a wavelength. If you're in our wavelength,
Yeah.
the lowest wavelength bass music is just so low
Bro,
that everybody can feel it.
You can't get
Yeah.
withdrawals from not listening to fucking Lil what's his name with the gun.
I beg to differ. Because
You
how
think-
many times you been in the whip?
Motherfucker getting upset.
How
Play
many
my
times,
shit.
listen, how many times you been in the whip? You balling or you working out or whatever, and as much as you want to stay positive, you just gotta throw on some fucking.
That's how you get that extra rep in.
Yeah, that's different.
That
though,
angry
because-
shit.
Nah, that's
because
that withdrawal.
that-
You're fucking jiggling in the whip.
Just
Nah,
like, yo, I'm
just
gonna fucking
gotta-
rip this shit when I get out the car.
Again, that comes down to the bass, though. I think you're choosing that track because of the bass, not necessarily the words. Unless the track is like
Shit.
you can move the world, you can do it, is put it on
How
your
many
shoulders.
times have you played Wu-Tang's Ice Cream? And just because you need that feeling. See? You can't
It becomes
deny certain
distorted
shit.
because you know the beat with said words.
But
So
you
now
looking for
there's-
that feeling. Go ahead.
There's certain songs though that do have for everybody
Yeah.
a vibe. Like if you're going with that song, I'm gonna go with I Got 5 on it. Anytime people hear it, that alone, everybody's
You
in
know
the
what
same
time it
mode.
is.
There's
Yeah.
a fucking mood
So-
with that.
Yeah, there's
Absolutely.
So why is the mood stuck on kill, kill, kill?
You know,
This
now
dude's angry out
we're
here.
in tinfoil.
Let's go.
Now we're in tinfoil.
No, you're
We're
right.
all murderers.
Tinfoil says that. Remember, we're not going to use theys, who they are. Tinfoil says the helm of the music industry. I would go
I'll find the
with
shit.
whatever
Sony,
yes,
people like that.
Your largest,
Universal.
exactly. These people, these organizations, and the people behind them at the top level are saying, well, I mean, and also look at streams and things. There's a lot more information as far as reach
Demographics.
and demographics that's available. So, on its face, and not to say that there is some wild conspiracy like make them all kill themselves, nothing like that. But you see it, and you see the reaction and the reaction time of this kind of music, and you say, that shit is terrible, but we're here to make money, right? Why do cigarette companies still exist, knowing damn well what the effects are on people? 'Cause we still got to make money. We talked about this before, several pods ago. I think it was when we were talking about why everybody's all these companies are destroying their whatever doing this.
The DEI.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's more or less on the fact of the founders probably all are long gone, and when you're in a position, you could be making billions of dollars. Your job next year is to make more billions of dollars, or your job is in jeopardy. So you just continue to pump whatever is selling.
So as the person creating the music,
You see it as this is what's hot.
this is what's hot, and I'm gonna milk this. I'm gonna milk this cow. When does it stop?
it stops.
If everybody was if every rapper out here was a Drake and a J. Cole and a Kendrick. So like, I love my girl, I miss my girl, come be with me. Yo, it's hard out here. Like, I grew up crazy. I know some people from over here who was wild. Like, I tried to get them out of that. And then, I seen this guy get into this. My dad told me about this person. Like, this whole town operates like this. If everybody were like that, would we all be different? Or would we
Absolutely.
be
We'd be
looking
at a better
for
place.
kill, homicide? Or would it be like, I'm trying to uplift everything around me?
Think of the phases of hip hop from the 80s through now, right? So yes, you got your grime, your grunge, your activism with the Public Enemy, NWA, and then you've got that whole era where you got people like Dilated Peoples, you got Tribe, you got this consciousness era. Common. Now everybody knows him as an actor. We know Common as a different person. And even then, early Common, he still has some rough
Buns.
shit in there. But no, I'm not gonna say that he was but for Water, like Water for Chocolate, it's fire. B, all that shit.
Conscious rap.
That was my, that's uplifting, that's positive. Early Ye had
Tribe
people.
Called Quest.
Tribe. But early Ye had people trying to fix themselves with a polo,
Clean,
all that
very
shit.
true.
Tribe. I was thinking of Mos Def for shit.
And he walked us through it.
You definitely
He
got
walked
one
us through graduation.
Yeah.
He walked us through. He told us a story, but he told us a story. Graduation, late
Registration.
registration.
yeah,
I dropped out.
There seems to
Like
be
there
like
was a whole
It was
an art to it.
gradual
nothing like those three first things.
Planning on this
degradation. Like it's
I'ma go crazy.
gradually degrading for Ye music, even though the music is like sonically the everything is amazing, but the content went from a let's go up. I'm bringing back people that you almost forgot about. Your obviously your Commons, your Talib Kweli's, your Consequences. The Consequences Tribe. He's bringing all these people back.
Yeah.
And that shit, like, I
Dilated
thought,
people.
I thought
Yeah.
that shit was gonna take
Shit
us
was hard.
to a level where it did, where like everybody was a lot more clean.
So you think that
And
was
then
the
he
was the
switched.
apex of rap?
So at the same
Was it-
time, though. Sorry, Nick. Go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off. Wasn't it Kanye had the thing with 50 Cent for the third album,
Yeah.
right? With the sales, and which one ended up selling more? Because that
Kanye.
might have been
That was Graduation album.
Yeah. Kanye
did
one.
the Kanye one. All right,
50
because I was
Cent
going to say that
retired.
might have
But-
been where the flip happened.
But The Massacre was my favorite 50 album.
Yeah, that was a
That
different.
shit
That was a different moment.
Yo,
Yeah, that was-
hey, yo, I
That
still
shit-
listen to it to this day.
Oh yeah.
All right,
we still
now
to this day.
with all the
50 is
focus,
50.
with
I
all the
think
focus
51
being
overall,
on,
but yeah.
with all the focus being on hip hop, how come nobody, when you see it on the news media and it's like, oh, all they talk about is killing, shooting, this, that, the third. How come nobody brings in the heavy metal?
Well, I was
It
gonna
used
say,
to.
but wait,
Oh,
no.
all right.
Those.
I was gonna say,
hold on.
Go
Those
ahead, go.
people
No.
who
After you done.
tie mom up outside of Eminem.
I got you.
The actual
I got you.
heavy metal
I got you
people.
right now.
I'm gonna slit my wrist.
I got you.
I'm gonna.
Man.
How
I got
come those people don't get the media attention that I'm not gonna say skin color, but that hip
I
hop
got you right
gets?
now.
Go
I'm
ahead,
telling
talk
you.
about
What
it.
about
I got
Ill
something,
Bill, Necro, Nems, all these fucking underground artists that
Yeah,
put
Tech
out
Nine.
straight fire. I'm talking about the white dudes at least. What's the other dude? Suffolk County.
I don't
He
know
had
any of these
Biggie in the
people.
bathroom. You don't know none of them?
I don't know none of that
They're
style of
fucking
music.
fire. Yeah, R-rated Rugged Man. Fire white dudes from like Long Island that put out fucking hard fucking rap.
But they're
Wait, wait.
rap.
But they're white
I'm
kids.
speaking. I don't care about the
White
color
kids.
of their
Hold on,
skin.
hold
I don't
on.
care
That's
about
what we're talking about.
No, we're not.
He's
You
talking
said heavy
about
metal.
Heavy metal. You don't have to be white to listen to heavy
I
metal.
don't know any
Or-
black heavy metal.
I think
Anybody.
There's
it comes
plenty
down
of
to
them out there.
location with
Word.
the heavy
I'm
metal.
not. The color of your skin doesn't matter. The lyrics and the vibe of music matters.
Are you racist,
So
Tom?
why don't we care about? Why don't we care about the heavy metal
Hold on.
when in
I
their
got
song?
something for that.
That's
such-
like Satan shit.
the
right?
only people.
got something for
the
that.
only person I could think of would be like a Marilyn Manson. But why doesn't
That's
he?
a big one.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
they-
that's a big one. And
yeah.
now he's getting steam because apparently he was like touching people.
But he's
and
been getting
he-
steam. And
Why
people-
don't we? Why do we turn the blind eye? to that?
No. See,
Why
I,
is it
I don't
that?
think it's that. I don't think
What-
it's that.
what do you
I think
mean,
it's,
though?
it's our level of awareness of what the news is. Like we're not the blind eye isn't being turned to it. It's just that doesn't mirror us. We listen to hip hop. We don't listen to heavy
I
metal.
was just
Yeah,
gonna
but
say,
the news is the
Vinny
news.
Paz.
No,
So
no.
if
But this
the
news
news
that-
should report.
It does.
Don't know this
It
shit,
does. What I'm saying is, it does. Like, all right. So, with rap, whatever, you gonna see, whatever going on in Chicago, whatever gang shit, shoot them up. However,
You
heavy-
know what they're listening to.
Hold on, but
But
however,
you know what they're listening to.
exactly, and I'm gonna tell you.
What about
I'm-
the school
I'm
shooter?
gonna
What's
tell
he
you-
listening
I'm
to?
gonna tell you because they'll show the Maryland Mansons, all them wild suicides and shit like that. They're gonna go with the heavy metal, and you haven't seen it, or at least we haven't been aware of it recently. But back in the
You can barely
early
understand what they're
2000s,
saying.
late 90s, there
Apparently
was
not.
a serious
like,
problem
what?
with the heavy metal.
I don't know what the
in
fuck
that
this
type
But
of
in the
heavy
90s,
music.
it was all music because all music was vulgar to them.
Nah,
whether you,
but
whether you
they made the
grabbing your
distinction.
meat,
Go ahead,
whether
go
you
ahead.
sagging your pants, it was all vulgar. So they classified it as parental guidance.
Parental
But
advisory.
now it's like when we see shit on the news, it's only this. Oh, this happened. Oh, he was probably like we know it's
Yeah.
subliminal, or it's inferred. I mean, like we know. But when the school shooter happens,
Yeah.
or when X guy that looks like this does this to his people that look like him, that's not us. How come it's not the
You got-
music he
you got
was
something
listening
for
to?
this? 'Cause I got something. to
I
throw in
honestly think with hip hop in the 90s, if
That
wasn't
was the golden era.
It wasn't popular.
if
The golden era.
people were looking for something to villainize, it probably came down to heavy metal or hip hop. But then hip hop broke into pop,
there. Yeah.
and part of it
Gotta
might have been
pass.
because of Eminem. Because, bro, when Real Slim Shady came out,
Yeah,
That's what
of
I'm saying.
course.
His
Glo-
baby
I
brother
can say
in the
from
trunk,
wasn't
yeah, like,
here,
that shit is
Bitch, I'ma
globally,
kill
that
you.
shit was a
Crazy
smash.
shit.
Like a murder
That
weapon, I'ma
shit-
conceal you
crazy
in the
shit
closet of
ever.
the
That shit is the
That's
most
way
one
worse
of the
than
most
YNW
fire
Melly.
albums I've ever heard.
Of
But
course.
if you listen to it again, it's like, holy shit, what have we done?
Yeah.
You know?
What have you
Okay,
done to
so
our
that
kids?
So
might have
now,
been
if
one.
every song was fucking the end of Stan,
But
why the fuck you ain't signed my autograph? I'm serious. If every fucking version of that song and it was still hitting,
Yeah. That shit was on repeat.
What would happen?
We were over there like,
Like,
fucking
okay, prime
saying,
example.
Like, yo,
Log-
stand
Logic-
back.
that's
All
not
shit.
to say,
I believe-
stay on this too long.
yeah, because we gotta switch over. I believe Logic and what's my man Joyner Lucas both dropped
Okay.
a song,
Joyner Lucas.
Suicide Help.
Joyner Lucas.
Minor steam and then fell off. And then we stay focused on This nigga got the gun the size of a house in his
Called him
video.
corny,
This
too.
guy he just fucking rolled up and actually smoked his op on live and did it in a song. Like, why are we glued to that, and why are we not like,
I think it's like a
on the
situation.
reverse, the helpful side of the, if you have suicidal thoughts,
okay.
call this line,
So-
or the other version of that. Fucking
Hold on,
kill
hold on.
yourself, do it.
I got a couple points to make on that. So on the one before
So
with the heavy
crazy.
metal and this thing, I think that's more of a, like how to use the example of once you get a car, you start noticing that same car all over the place, right? And every now and then you might see a Ferrari and say, "Oh shit, that was cool," but you keep seeing this. However, the guy in the Ferrari sees Ferraris all the time, right? So the in the media, in the rap, in the news, seeing rap and that correlation, and it's always being pointed at, is because we are driving rap. We don't drive heavy metal, and you see it from time to time, but we don't know. But everybody who's into heavy metal is probably having the same emotion,
Thought process, like,
damn,
why is
why
all
do they
the
keep
music-
pushing it onto this? All right, and then the other thing, which is, as you just said, why do we come back and focus on when somebody
violence,
is doing shit and whatever?
Division.
This shit didn't happen before. We didn't have social media, so now the whole thing. There was a whole movement. And it probably still is, and it really still is of how real your raps are. Now, once you actually can see that shit is up. And then that's that low vibration that everybody can feel. So, it slides in so much easily to you, so much more easier that you can feel the negative than you could feel like the uplifting positive. Like, nobody talks about Christian rap. That should be fire too. Sometimes.
But when Nas dropped "I Know I Can," he took over. That shit was a heater.
Real quick.
V on the mic.
I think the issue isn't with the artist, just because I know that there's always balance. I know there's a lot of balance out here. If you're looking for it, you can find it. That's film, that's music, that's whatever kind of art you're looking for. I think it boils down to industry and platforms and access.
Control.
You know what I mean?
But the artists could change what they want to promote. You could like blue one day and like red the next.
But we also had a conversation about this man loving football, but he couldn't wean off the NFL, even though I gave him mad options. Right?
Yeah.
He's a lover of that. Just like I know people who love rap.
No
And
matter
I'm trying to
what,
teach
yeah.
them, hey, like there's a different scale between what you're gonna make on streaming versus what you can do independent, what platforms you chase. I have been overseas and I've seen artists make a living and a substantial living and not really touch certain platforms.
But are they doing it for money or are they doing it for the art?
I think
There's
you
a
can.
difference.
I think you can do the.
Because if you're doing it for the money, then you have no problem to mold and change to what you need to be. Sure, you don't want me to play this type of beat in my track. You cut me a check for $100 grand. I have no problem doing that.
Of course, real quick. But the more and more I grow as a businessman and a former just artist, I'm learning that there's a balance that can be had when there's examples, when there's a system of a community trying to teach you. And I think that where
You're
we
talking
are
about the
with-
future, though. I'm talking
What-
about like right now, in the next
right now,
3
now,
years.
you're not gonna see that.
That's what I'm trying to
You're
figure
not gonna
out
see
right
that
now.
You're not gonna see that right now because the industry hasn't. We go through cycles. Like we just had a conversation beforehand about film and what they're going through. Keep in mind, in the past 10 years, 15 years, we have DistroKid for musicians, where I can upload and I will be playing in the same field, quote unquote, as the same musicians that we were talking about earlier, Drake, Nas, whoever. But there's also thresholds, things that I can't touch unless that threshold is open. 2 years ago, there was a threshold opened up for TikTok streams. So whoever was on TikTok was getting more views because they needed to make sure that people came to their platform, industry talk. Now, YouTube, Instagram Shorts, Reels, all that, their threshold is open because they want to take you from TikTok over to their platform. We're caught in the middle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of hard. We got maybe United Masters right now who is associated with an actual artist-friendly brand. Or, we have a few, but that's just gonna take time. Hip-hop's only 50 years old. You know what I mean? This shit is brand new. And the only example that we have right now of an elder leading in the forefront of both business and art and still being somewhat, quote-unquote, relevant, even though I hate that word, is Jigga. And this is still new. This is our lifetime.
Yeah, right.
So, just be gentle with our baby.
It's the comfort zone, I feel like, too. So you had that shit, that R&B popping in the car when you're little. Now it's like I need that now. So where is
Hell
that
yeah.
now? I'm searching for that same sound I had.
all there, bro.
I'm searching for that little.
See, you searching for the sound. You don't care about the words.
Nah.
I mean, the
never.
You
words
searching
have
for the sound.
Can I?
You don't care
Go
about
ahead,
the
go ahead.
words.
No,
Okay,
never.
Exactly.
Never
I gotta,
did. Never
this
did.
conversation got me thinking, like, you know how with the whole AI thing, they're making Drake songs and they sound same cadence, flow, everything.
You can make Drake sing a Tupac song.
Would you listen to a
An
Melly
artificial song.
Yeah.
a Melly song that's not saying those lyrics,
But has his voice.
but has his voice? It's something positive, but has the same melodic harmony or.
I don't see why not. Depends what he's promoting.
I don't know.
Like,
Can't say
wouldn't that
no,
be
but
an
I don't know enough
experiment,
about him like
a good
that,
experiment for
Because
an
that,
artist to see if it
listen,
bites?
that AI Drake Weekend song is fire.
That one, there's one with
That's
Drake
fire.
and Tyler,
If-
the creator.
listen,
That's
Alright,
like
but see-
amazing.
It would be in their
This shit
best
is
interest
awful, bro. I can't
to
believe they're
go
doing
on
this.
stage
and
and,
this is first-
Can't believe they're
perform
doing this
that
shit.
track.
See,
That's
the,
how fire
the
it
thing,
is.
the thing about that is that you still
I like it.
associate
You get what I'm saying, right?
Drake and these other performers with these are the most flexible artists that there are right now, right? Drake, The Weeknd. These are the most flexible artists. They could hit multiple genres.
Only reason they're still around.
Okay, perfect example. Perfect statement. Other artists, you're not feeling that way. Like, think of every artist with the exception of DMX, because that everything he did was just great.
If WAP was pop, it might still be fire.
Hold on. I'm saying, like, you take
What
your
do you mean?
hardest.
Like pop soda.
You take the hardest. Or let's take a Melly, or you take
What?
it. Let's take an NBA young boy and
Take WAP.
take a 50, right?
WAP.
No. Listen. Take 50. There's always that time where you hear where you could just feel like, oh, you trying to do something else, and that shit don't hit with you.
Yeah.
Like, you trying to make a. This
Don't make
ain't
it obvious.
all right. This ain't Candy Shop. This ain't 21 Questions. But you trying to make this other love song. The Ayo Technology. That shit was like, nah.
That shit was hard, bro.
No, it wasn't.
Hey,
What was your
That shit was
Down on
nice
me,
when you were
down
out.
on me.
That shit was hard when you was
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Not in the car.
That shit was
That
hard.
shit was nice when you was out.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
that-
nice
that's-
to me
it was
when
nice
it
when
was
it
out.
That's another
I
thing.
couldn't-
That's different.
You listen to tracks. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna devote my time to listening
this is
to
how you're
tracks.
supposed to
Ayo,
listen to music.
technology is
You need
meant
that out.
for 8 p.m. to 11
No.
p.m. I'm on my way to the club, and I'm probably
I
in a
can
fucking
understand.
convertible, and maybe I got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Then I'm
Exactly.
bumping Ayo technology.
So imagine you took exactly what you just said, me as an artist, and I took that quote and put it into a prompt. Now I know what Los needs. I have the stems, and now I can create over top of that.
AI.
Nigga, I'm an artist. I don't care what you put in front of me.
You become a formula
It's a
now.
rap.
You become a formula.
It's our.
Don't be scared, artist. Take advantage.
Yeah, it's a tool. It's a fucking tool.
It's the system, right?
What
This,
are my
this is the secret sauce. This is the secret sauce of every organization, whether the organization knows it or not. But the faster the organization realizes it, the faster that they'll grow. You have created a system, and if you don't recognize that yet, your system has. Imagine, let's take a computer system, a game console, right? You got the system, and the system can take these inputs. You put in controller, you put in game, you plug up TV, you this. That's your system, though.
Yeah.
Once you have the system, or once you recognize the system, then, like what V just said, you can start taking this prompt and doing this with it. You just start plugging shit in.
Changing the code.
You start plugging shit in, and it will always work because your system is complete. You know what I'm saying? That's the secret sauce of organizations.
Or you clone your cash cow.
All you're doing is duplicating your system.
Speaking of duplicating,
You know?
Wow. Clap it up. That was a nice. Okay.
we've all seen the Twitter release, the Twitter files of Jamie Foxx's video.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
We found him. We fucking found him.
Was that a fish island or was it not him?
This nigga was in a closet somewhere. I feel like they're not letting him out of wherever he is at. It was like this
Save
behind
Jamie.
him, like this. The camera was like
They
this
gave him an
close.
alien, the
Bro.
classic alien head with the bulbous top coming to a
Nice try,
chin.
guys. That's not our Jamie Foxx.
Yo, where is Jamie?
That is not him.
It was not.
I don't
That
wanna
is
see
not
that
him.
was not him.
Now,
Ironically,
Can I put my fucking
That man is not
Can I
playing
put
Ray
my
Charles.
big tinfoil hat on?
Let's go.
Big tin.
Oh,
So
Reynolds Rap needs to sponsor this.
I'm gonna start with the release of the video. Okay, if it were me, I find it strange. One, I don't think you needed to release a
Gotta
video.
find
You
the
could have
shit.
did it. I feel like that was forced or rushed. It could have been done much better.
Or
If you were at a
computer-generated.
poolside, something. They're like, you were. It literally looked like you just woke up and they were like, "Yo, Jamie, we need this video. Go stand in this corner. They can't know you're in the lab." And you fucking did this. It was like, "Yo, I'm good." All right. Anyway, if I were of prominent status and I disappeared for a medical issue for like 6, 7, 8
Was
a
it that
year,
long?
I think it's been like 6 months.
At least,
6
yeah.
months?
I think it's been like 6 months.
It doesn't
yeah.
even seem
4
like that
months,
long.
6 months, something like that. It's been over 100 days.
That's that social media.
Right.
Social
All
media
right, number one.
speeding up time.
Okay, now the way that it happened kind of like baffled me because like you find shit out about like celebrities, but like on a day to day, like if Zac Efron rolled his ankle playing a pickup basketball game, you probably want to find out about that, right?
That'd be hilarious for a good 2 days.
But at the same time, when's the last time you heard anything about Zac Efron?
Good.
Right?
Good point.
I say that to say Jamie's, at least I guess from what he portrays on social media, is not on social media. Like he's just like
Jamie
I'm
possibly
a private person.
he's
basically.
possibly one the most relevant OG.
Yeah, of course, 100%.
I don't know.
He's like
you can't even call him an actor. He's
What's
an
after
actor, he's a musician.
quadruple? What's 5?
Quintuple.
He's a quintuple threat. He's a quintuple motherfucker. Act, dance, sing, moonwalk, rap, probably re-rock.
Sing.
All- he
Sing,
he could probably do it all. He probably fry some fucking good ass shrimp.
Impersonations, too.
Yeah, impersonations.
Yes.
Like he could do everything.
He's
All right.
the Dos
But
Equis
he's
man.
like a private dude. It's like a Dave Chappelle. Like you know about Dave when you hear he's at a show. You don't know that he was out at this restaurant. You don't know that he was at this airport waiting for a plane. You don't know none of that shit. You never see it. All right. So it just pops up somehow, some way that like Jamie's in the hospital. Okay, shit happens, whatever. For 6 months. Holy shit, must be serious. You drop this video. Now, if it were me and I'm dropping a video, I'm clearly under my own will and power going to record myself and put it out to the masses, millions of people to see. Media outlets are going to pick this up, dissect it, this, that, and the third, yada, yada, yada.
We're not
I
going to
would
talk about
say-
the vac shit.
Absolutely not.
We're not gonna talk
I'm not
about
even
that.
gonna go there. I'm not gonna touch the jabberoni. You're gonna go and you're gonna take this video. Me, the first thing I would say hey guys, listen, I had a massive heart attack. The doctor said I wasn't eating right. I needed to change things in my diet. I've been through hell and back, like he said. Whoopty whoopty woo. This is a regimented program. Thank you for my privacy. My family's been holding it down. I'm just trying to take care of myself. If you see me in public, just please be easy. Like I'm still recuperating. This, that, and the third. Blase, blase, blah. And that's it. You told us some vague. You went through hell and back twice. You almost died. Thank God. You love us. We love you, which we still do. If it's really you, we love you, this, that, and the third. If you see me out on the street crying, it's because like I'm blessed to be here. I shouldn't be here, nigga. What happened?
Yeah,
Right.
for real.
What
What
the fuck
happened?
What happened?
Cause now I'm starting to look at it like, is this some ploy? You disappeared for
Now
6
you-
months.
now you gotta say something.
So somebody got an autobiography movie script on you, and this is gonna add you an extra 10, 20 million.
He
Like
was on
it
Epstein's
looks
Island.
crazy.
It almost seemed
Like-
like as if it was like somebody
His
holding
name was on the list.
the
Was it?
cards up,
Nah,
Yeah.
switching them.
Chris Tucker
with
was,
the
though.
ratchet
Oh, yeah.
pointed.
Yeah, it's very like,
Naute.
and we know Jamie like even
Naute.
even this thing in the video said like, yo, we see the nigga, he's smiling, he laughing. Like, I understand you
Who
may
has
have
a gun
lost
to his
some
head?
weight, bro, but bruh, that's not
Gotta
you,
go
B.
on camera,
I
like-
need to see the tattoos. Like,
Yeah.
I would have been there with my shirt off, showing my tattoo. Like, it's me.
Anybody can
like,
do the crazy eye thing.
especially now when everybody be like, oh, that's a fucking clone. Biden tripped and niggas was like, that's a clone, bro.
Clones.
That's
He
he
fell
fell
off
off
the
the bike.
fell off the
Niggas
bike,
was like,
yeah.
clones don't fall off of bikes. That's the real one.
Yo,
Clones
He
don't
get that
fall
one.
off of bikes. That's the real one. That's it. Now, with that being said,
Fell
it's
down the
also,
stairs.
we still on tinfoil.
get to the yo.
It's also crazy that at the same time, what's the child trafficking pedo movie they dropped?
Sound of Freedom.
Sound of Freedom drops. He's also in a form of a trafficking cult pedo child movie that recently drops. The name is losing me, but I'll come back to it.
Mel Gibson.
Huh?
Oh no, there's somebody who
And
made
then
it. Mel
and then
Gibson.
on top of that, the day before the release of this video of I'm Okay, Netflix drops They clone Tyrone. And who is in this movie other than Jamie Foxx? Spoiler alert.
Oh,
So if you
side
don't-
note, and it just John Boyega's in this
John
film.
Boyega is also
who
in this
played a clone in Star Wars.
in Star Wars.
shit.
So
That's just throwing it out.
this
there.
is so big tinfoil hat. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! If you have not seen,
Oh.
no, no,
Is the movie God is a Bullet?
Okay.
God
Yes.
is a Bullet.
Okay.
The movie is
John
called
Boyega.
God is a Bullet. That is the first movie about Jamie Foxx. He plays. He was part of some sort of cult where this guy's daughter gets kidnapped from a supermarket when they're younger. She's younger. He goes on a mission to find her. Jamie's a part of the cult. Go watch the movie and you'll understand it. Now back to the clone. John Boyega was a clone in Star Wars.
Who
Here we
cloned
are.
Tyrone?
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
They
Spoiler
cloned
alert!
Tyrone.
Spoiler
Go
alert.
see
Number one in
who
movies
cloned
today.
Tyrone.
Oh my
It
God.
is on Netflix and other illegal services if you have them. Go see it. In this movie, John Boyega plays a drug dealer.
Okay.
Okay. John Boyega goes to do a deal with a pimp. The pimp is Jamie Foxx.
Uh-huh.
Perfect. Jamie
That might
Foxx
be
plays this
him.
pimp perfectly. Love you, Jamie. The new one, I don't know. We gotta figure it out. But goes in. John Boyega does his deal. Apparently, John Boyega is Omar from The Wire. When you see John Boyega, you run.
Oh.
When he tells
Oh,
you
gosh.
to jump, you jump before he told you to jump.
Gotta see it.
That is the thing. He got gold grills and he plays it.
He's good.
He
He's good.
plays one of those. He's
Boyega.
not overly verbally aggressive. It's not like a
Yeah.
y'all niggas gonna do this and this and this and
He's
that.
all action.
It's all. It's
Makes
just
you
all
believe that
action.
shit.
I walk in the spot. I got my
Stoic.
stoic. I got my grip on me. You look at me funny. I'm boom like that. That type of shit.
Okay.
Right. Playing it, killing it. Deal goes. He's got some beef with some other dudes on the turf or whatever. He hit the dude with his car. They find him, smoke him, light him the fuck up.
Let's not go too far into the details
Okay,
of the
cool.
movie, but the movie itself.
It's spoiler alert. He wakes up and he's like, "Yo, what the fuck happened to me? Like, yo, this shit is crazy. What's going on?" Anyway, keeps going on. This, that, and the third. Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Finds out that he's basically a clone.
Oh no.
And everybody in this town.
Jamie
now
is
this
a
town.
Don't go too crazy.
Leave.
He said spoiler.
I
He
said
said
spoiler alert like
spoiler
a
alert.
thousand times, B.
Trust me,
I
trust me,
said
trust me.
spoiler.
I have to watch it today.
Let me give. Let me
I got
give.
no choice but to watch this today.
He's a clown. It's number one in movies
Hold
today.
on.
Yeah.
Bring this back to the
Oh, it's coming. To the
clip.
music?
Yes.
Okay,
the
it's
clip.
coming.
The
It's
music.
coming. It's coming. Matter of fact, I'm gonna preload it on my phone just so I can play it in the speaker a little bit. Okay, so boom. Shit, hold on. Sorry.
Oh man, I should have took your advice.
Number one in movies today.
I should have took. Yo, this guy texted me last night like, yo, watch this shit right now. I'm like,
because
Yeah.
the dropping
I'm
of the
delirious already.
YNW Melly, Jamie Foxx, this it all ties in. So anyway, you good, Al? Cool. All right, you can hear me good. He plays finds out he's a clone or whatever. The whole community where this is occurring is a ghetto. It's a hood. Everybody in the movie is black, with the exception of the.
Cops.
They're not
I'm just
cops.
playing.
They're
I just
handlers,
guessed.
but they're positions of power in the movie who are played by white people. So the whole community,
Like some
everybody in the
Adjustment Bureau type
community
shit?
is black, except
Yeah.
for the manager of the fried chicken spot is a white guy.
How the hell?
The owner
How to get
of
that
I'm
off?
already about to
How to
smith
get that
out.
off?
the owner of the liquor store is a white guy.
Okay.
The DJ at the
Fine.
club is a white guy.
Fine.
Right?
At the club in the hood?
Which is funny
the
because
hood?
we all know the best DJs is like black. If you gonna go get a white DJ,
Oh,
chances are he's
Spanish,
playing
yeah.
like house music or some shit. Or you got a Spanish DJ, Dominican
Yeah.
nigga, some shit like that, right? Anyway,
Yeah.
okay. Movie goes on, this and the third,
fuck?
they all find out they're clones, shit gets crazy. Throughout the movie though, there's music playing. Now me watching this movie, I watch movies like this, I'm like this. So I'm picking up shit as it's happening on some like, yo, remember when Hulk fucking hit Thor and there was a Batman logo behind him? That's because the next Batman movie was coming out. That's how I was watching that movie, like that. So there's a part in the movie where the guy says something, he's talking to a drunk on the curb, and the drunk says something that like a drunk would say to make you think about life. Like you know,
what's that old,
I give you the one line, straighter is greater.
Okay.
So you tell that to a dude who's moving with hammers, who's always me mugging, clapping shit, and here this bum is on the curb like, yo, my brother, straighter is greater. Now when I heard that, I automatically knew what he meant. Turn your life around, bro. Straighter is greater. he was giving him a hint on this is how they doing shit, but he's a drunk, so everybody sees the local drunk. Nobody, when he's dropping knowledge, ain't nobody listening.
Yeah.
But he's saying shit to make you go look, listen. All right, cool. They're in the whip. Anytime they get in the car, they go do something. They're playing Ruckus. That's the name of the rapper that's hot out right now. His name is Ruckus.
Okay.
Which is funny because Ruckus means to demolish, cause havoc, things like that. Just being a frantic or frenzy, whatever, whatever. All of Ruckus's songs have an effect on you. Whether it's you're in the car and it's slow it down, baby.
Can we get?
I love it.
I got you. And slow it down, baby is a song that puts everybody to sleep. And once one person in the car catches on, and
One yawn is contagious.
God,
Three
now
yawns
everybody's
is
sleeping.
contagious.
come
Now
on,
they're-
man, give me a clip, man.
they we know
need
what
a
it
clip,
is, this, that, and the
man.
third, whatever. Like everybody, that's how yawning is contagious, right? That's what they
Yeah.
all say. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Then they go to the spot, they eating food and shit. Motherfuckers is grubbing good. All of a sudden, somebody says something funny. John Boyega character starts laughing. So Jamie Foxx is looking at him like, bro, you ain't never laughed. Like, I can't believe it. God must have struck you or something because I can't believe you laughing. Then they like snap out of it, look up. Everybody in the chicken shack is hysterical. Hysterically laughing, except for the manager. Manager's the white dude with the fro.
It's
who's
too,
sitting
it's
there-
too much.
who's sitting there like this.
It's
Watch.
too much.
I gotta
Crazy.
see this
Look,
shit.
look, look.
Crazy. So,
Give us a
I'm
clip.
about to give you this one single little clip.
Give the clip.
Nick may play this for you
We'll add it.
video, but this is gonna be
People
audio
gonna be
that you're gonna
upset
hear.
later. I'm like, oh, we can't
is
do
gonna
nothing
audio.
right now. I'm sorry. No, it's
This
a
is-
nice day. Nobody's going
Let me-
outside. I'm watching.
Why
Let
the
me
fuck
give
y'all
you.
laughing?
I'm gonna give you two clips.
What you listening to?
Come on, don't do this to me. I'm gonna give you two clips. The first clip is when they're in the strip club. They're trying to escape.
Let's just go to the clip.
Let's just go to the strip club.
Yo. This guy. Oh man.
Wow, this sounds
man.
really good.
For some reason, this shit
I
always.
think I just
yeah.
pulled it up on my phone.
But yeah, the movie is very good. If you have not seen the movie, please
So I
go
find
see
it.
the movie. It's very good. It's on Netflix and every illegal streaming service. But yeah, so it's very funny that back to the tinfoil hat, that all this occurred around Jamie, so to say.
Yeah.
Double movie
Right
release
during the of two very
of two very distinct
Controversial
movies.
movies.
We're talking about cloning
Specific
and
messaging,
trafficking of children. Whoa.
Yeah, that's
At a time where you disappeared
Well,
for like 6 months.
and you know more or less the music, right?
And more or
Because
less the music.
It seems like
not working?
from what I'm hearing.
that's funny.
All right.
Oh, that was the trailer.
Yeah, I'm playing the movie right now. Give me 1 second. I am gonna fast forward. I'm gonna give you two parts. I'm gonna give you the end of the movie first, because this is how crazy it was when I heard this.
No, the end. No,
It's-
don't do this.
You asked for the music. I'm giving you the music. It
Oh,
doesn't. It
the
doesn't
music.
matter. It doesn't matter.
Let's go to that scene, the strip club scene.
Hold on. I got you. Hold on.
I'm hurt. As much as I want to talk about this, I need to see this.
Until he finds it, what will it take for you guys to think that was the real Jamie Foxx?
I saw a picture like
have
a little
to-
cameo.
Shit. I don't know.
I don't know, right? I was just
I
thinking
don't
that,
know.
like, how can you even change
Is he
our
gonna?
mind?
He'd have to like come here and be like, "Oh, this
Drop a documentary or
All right,
something?
all right.
me.
Here we go,
this
here we
is
go, here
my
we go, here we
birth
go.
certificate. This is everything." I'd be like, "Man, you photoshopped that."
A
shit."
live DNA test, maybe.
Now you tell me how devious this is.
You went right to the end. The
You don't know
end.
it's the end. I'm lying.
You
to
just
you. I could be
told
lying
me.
to you.
I could be
All
lying
right,
to you.
quiet on the set.
Quite on the set.
All right, here we go. He just woke up.
Hello, Los Angeles, it is your partner, Big Boy. Big Boy neighborhood, and this is
Damn, they got
going
Big
to
Boy.
shady right now, right? So go ahead, man, and cite someone that you love, cite the neighbor, cite somebody that you work with. We're gonna hit you guys off right now. This is that brand new Ruckus Dicey right here in the neighborhood. Mama, you want something from the store?
No, I'm good. I'll probably go to the market.
He's currently driving in the hood looking for some shit.
See? It's,
Here in the background,
it's
do
doing the
what
thing.
I say. Do what I say.
Oh,
See,
man.
they got us.
Yeah.
They got me and Donnie.
Oh,
They got me.
man.
They show us
That
things
shit-
in
yeah.
movies. They show us things in movies that have been occurring, that have been happening, and we all go like
Do
we're crazy.
what I
Like,
say.
oh, imagine if they were like, nah,
That's
motherfucker, they
some
doing
wild
it.
shit.
They doing
They
it.
doing it.
That's
Let
some
me give
scary
you.
movie
I'm
shit.
gonna give you the strip club scene right now.
Do what
You know
I
what
say.
this reminds me of? I think it's Get Him to the Greek.
Okay.
Well, old girl, she's a musician, and her
Oh, yeah.
her shit is all wild, like
Hypersexual.
it's wild.
And
It's
what is
wild.
it called? African wild. What is it?
Alright, here you
African
go.
wild
This-
child.
All right, here we go. We're up.
That's just so funny.
African Wild Child.
What is it called? African.
This is in the strip club.
They're in the strip club. If you hear the song, it's saying, "Where them dollars at, niggas? Where them dollars at?" And it's on repeat,
Everybody's throwing money,
and everybody's throwing money.
and I'm not even seeing it. I just imagine.
The DJ is now playing a song called "Round and Round." All she's saying is "round and round, round and round." Everybody in the strip club is now dancing in circles,
Oh my god.
Like spinning themselves.
just walking in a circle, just like bopping, but like in a circle.
One thing I will say. One thing I will say is
Tinfoil
that
hat.
Man.
I think
Big
that
tinfoil.
that music is too good for Jimmy Fox not to be involved in this shit. You know what I'm
I
saying?
wouldn't
the
be
movie
surprised
soundtrack?
if he, you know,
That shit is hits,
handpicked
bro.
it.
That's what I'm saying.
Like handpicked the artists
I
and,
can't
and the
use them
songs,
as
wrote
AI
songs.
alone.
For all we know, because I know Childish Gambino for Atlanta
Yes.
made a lot of the songs, the
Yeah.
fake songs from like imaginary artists. So for all we know, Jamie Foxx could be
The writer.
the ruckus.
Yeah.
Business standpoint, he's doing, you know, that would be like a 50 move to do your own intro
They
to your
cloned
show.
Tyrone.
They cloned Tyrone.
Hey,
cloned Tyrone.
Yo,
They
I'm
cloned
watching
Jamie.
it. I gotta watch it tonight.
Watch it when I go home.
There's nothing I can do before going to sleep but this.
Do what I say.
Hey,
Do
yo.
what I say. You know what I'm saying? What I say.
Shiesty.
That shit is hard. Thank you, Lois.
man.
Yo,
Oh,
I gotta
man.
watch
Fuck me,
but
order
that
some
movie is. I don't watch movie for entertainment purposes unless it's
Nah.
like some superhero shit, and
You
even
watch
then
good
I'm
shit.
like, nigga, Batman is real life. Like, it's
Oh,
just how you
gotta
portray
say
it.
good movie
Was
palette.
the movie good at least?
Movie was good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's. I hate
It's
using
so,
a word.
it's so many layers.
I hate
know.
using the
Tiana
word
Paris, too?
what is it?
Blaxploitation.
Exploitation.
Because that's how they try to portray the
Yeah,
movie.
but
When
wait.
in reality, it's just a movie.
No. Because
It's-
in reality,
That's
is
that's true.
blaxploitation. That, you know, and know why? Because of the music. This is the current music of the majority of
They're
black
trying
people
to say
in
wake
America.
up.
Yeah, honestly,
They're
it
trying
sounds
to
like
say wake
as
up.
Yeah,
blacks.
that's exactly what they're saying.
But
Like,
you
you
motherfuckers
listen,
is
like,
missing
you
the
know what
point
you
and
see?
not waking
You know
up.
what you
It's
listening
right
to?
over your head.
Because we could have did that with The Wire. The Wire was
I
your
was just thinking of The Wire, bro.
The Wire was your
Crazy.
in-depth look
Yeah.
of crazy, wild,
From every angle, too.
from every
5
angle
different angles.
in a city where it's still occurring.
Now,
And it's
That's
worse.
why when V
there
had
are-
bought
probably
that up,
worse.
I'm like, what future I'm worried about right now?
There are data
the
points that
future,
don't exist.
15 years ago when The Wire was out, 20 years ago when The Wire was out, is the present today. It hasn't changed.
Okay, and that's
Popcorn
what I
might
was
be
just
better
about to
than it
say.
was. Might be
I
better.
would bet that
gotta
if you
rewatch it.
put, you know,
No, I mean,
some
like, Baltimore
some
is a city.
statistical data together from the time, you know, certain points in, I guess, I would say artist history, because it could be film or it could be music. Certain points like The Wire, I bet you could see from that point on what the crime rate was, and then what happened as The
After.
Wire came out. You know what I'm saying? Or even, but on all levels, even with The Sopranos, do you think that there's been more mob activity when The Sopranos was on? I mean, Sopranos and The Wire was on roughly around the same time.
Yeah.
But, you know, we know because of the state that we live in, or this tri-state area, which is heavily mob influenced, that you could find, like, hey, you might still see
You
one
might
of
have a
those
friend that has
guys.
an uncle that...
You might see one of these guys out here still.
Wise guys.
They're
The
around.
wise guy.
They're around.
But there was definitely wise guys in that early 2000s, 90s era, and they were out in the streets still. It wasn't just casino.
it was in your face, really.
Or
Is it
you
like
know,
they're
Drake.
trying to echo that lifestyle? Like if the show is popping, I want to echo that lifestyle, or is it like self-fulfilling prophecy? You see something, you want to like.
yeah, one of the two. One of the two.
Right.
You see it, and you know we're all mirrors, or we like mirrors, and you see it. This is how you feel. So now it's projected outwards, except for it's coming from the TV to you, and then onto the real life street. Now this.
How do you get to that point?
This
though?
shit is different.
Because us three could watch a movie of a dude robbing a bank.
And don't want to rob a bank.
Don't mean us three is gonna go rob a bank.
But hold on, what's the movie with Ben
If you- the town.
The Town?
Yeah.
Fire.
People who rob banks.
People started robbing banks after that shit came out in Boston.
Okay, because
The
these
white
people
kids.
rob banks, so they just saw it
I
like,
just
yeah,
saw it the other day.
I've
Somebody
been
was
robbing
like,
banks.
"Yeah, I saw the town, and I just thought I could do it."
Exactly, and this
Dumb
happens all the
people.
time.
That's
Every
wild,
time you
bro.
go,
Dumbass.
every time you've seen, I like kung fu movies. Every time I've seen Bruce Lee, some shit, I always think, yes, I can
Yeah,
kick the
and-
light
So the fucking-
fucking 40 feet up.
And then after a boxing match, every male wants to box
And you
each other.
walking out
You're in the
And
living room
bitch.
trying to wrestle your man and shit.
And then 30 minutes later, you back to reality. Like I'm gonna get my ass
Well,
whipped if I approach one of
I gotta go work
them.
tomorrow.
Some things you can't snap back out of.
Bro, but how do you watch a movie like The Town and say I'm gonna rob a bank? You like
No,
what
but
do
see,
you what do you stop your life and it's like
No.
all right, I'm gonna chase
I'ma-
around my house.
I'ma
I'm
throw
gonna
this
get
shit over.
everybody's thing. I'm gonna go buy some straps and a nun mask. Like
but you watch The Town. Maybe you've already gotten away with some shit, or
Till
you
the
rob
fucking
motherfuckers.
money band
Yeah,
pops
you started.
in the car,
You
and you
felt
fucking
like
crash.
that was your mirror. The Town was your mirror.
That's the
If
truth.
that was you,
Can
I get what you're saying.
I
Yeah,
paint
I
you a
get what you're
scenario? You're in Boston. You work at a retail store. You're responsible for making deposits every day at the bank. You notice the security guard is an old man, right?
just regular stuff.
That's-
you're doing this
that's
for
your
months.
in. That's your in.
And that's my actual job.
Let me hit my man who does
then-
this. Hold
Then
on.
do you
Town
know
drops.
tonight the town's on. Let me watch it.
Yeah.
Man, this is reminding me of that security
Oh
guard.
shit, I know the
Oh
street.
shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I know
that-
so
you
and so
know-
who did this
you know
before.
what?
People
Me
like
and my
that
man.
Except when you pull up with the
I want half.
ARs and the cop looks at you,
And looks
he ain't
away.
gonna turn his head like
He
ain't
might.
nothing.
That was the
He
best
right.
fucking part of the movie.
They
That
stole
is
people
the
too.
best
I'm one guy in a squad
I'm
car
one guy
with this with the
eating
four
his
dudes with
PV7.
ARs.
I got the
staring at
PV7 on
you.
the side of me.
I got a handgun
Yeah, eating a sandwich.
for real.
Like, nah,
No,
I'm
bro.
But you,
fucking
my
sorry.
thing
Big
is
guns in
though,
front of you.
see that's why I can't. Movies aren't realistic.
Movies, bro,
okay,
they run out the back with $1
Art.
million in the bag.
Art.
Nobody's carrying $1
imitates
million in the
They're
fucking
not
bag.
real, but they
The
imitate
moment-
reality.
two things. The moment they pulled off, that cop would have called it in. Number one. Number two. In this movie, you'll see, and this is one thing that I have a problem with in every movie. How many times you gonna rack a gun? If you get out the car and it's like, yo, we about to go smoke this dude. Click, click.
Yeah.
Yo, there we go. Click, click. Like, bro.
Yeah.
Like, Cause you're gonna have
For
some
real.
idiots
Excellent.
like, I'm gonna go murder them. Click, click. There he goes.
That's
Click,
cinema.
like, bro,
You
that's
asshole.
not.
You asshole. It's your jam.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah.
What they call it? I think they call it a continuation. Like I hate when it's like,
Continuation,
yeah, you see the car and it's like just got in an accident, and it's
Yeah.
the next scene and it's like brand new. It's
Yeah.
like, bro, y'all niggas, you just used the car in a homicide.
Oh, what
Where
about-
the blood at in the seat? Like, come on, bro.
The uncut gems
There's
when the
certain
dude's
scenes.
walking out with like millions of dollars in bags. Like, you know what we're $1 million in cash for? Like,
I don't
That
think
shit is
that's how
bizarre.
I don't think it comes out the front door.
no, I'm saying he has
Sure.
security and shit, but I'm saying in the end of the movie is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But even with like 2 bags, how you walk around 10 M's?
Cause you know what? It's
Say it's hundreds. Say it's all 10 stacks.
It doesn't look
Let's
like
just
it.
say it's 10 stacks.
it's a gamble on the robber, right? Like, let's say
I'm saying it's
let's say
unrealistic.
let's say I'm in
That shit is
Midtown.
too. I'm saying that's too heavy for a man to carry. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, fair.
That's
yes,
ridiculous.
absolutely, fair enough. Yeah,
It's fucking
yeah, yeah,
wild.
Yeah, yeah,
You walk
yeah,
around $10 million.
That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Or in paper, nigga?
Or any
100%,
movie where they
100%.
walk out with bags of bars of
Yeah, it's
gold.
like-
Yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
No
It's like-
fucking way.
no,
The
because
hangover.
one gold bar.
He's
No
dragging
fucking
it. He's dragging the shit.
bag fucking
And he's
rips,
like,
yeah,
he
dude.
throws one. He's like, fucking can't even make it
You
out.
know
He's
what?
walking around like that.
Minus Tom Cruise, the probably only real thing, or maybe it isn't even real. I gotta look back into it. Is when Mike Tyson fucking cold cocked old boy in The Hangover.
It was real.
You think was it
Yeah.
real? No, it
He
wasn't.
really?
In the deleted scenes, they talked about how he like legit got knocked the fuck out. Like he
He
know
looked,
what?
he looked
fucking
knocked
shot
out
like
when they showed him on the floor, though.
yeah.
Yeah, bro.
But I'm saying he really looked out. That's what I'm saying. Like,
And now
that shit was believable.
you could get a tattoo of this guy's autograph on your face because he really knocked you out. This is where he hit me.
Would you do it?
Oh, bro.
No.
Which one you hit? The
got a
dentist?
permanent
Would you do it?
fucking autograph.
Would I do it?
Mike
how
is in
much?
front of you and it's just like, yo, Mike, like I love you. Just throw me a quick body.
What's the lowest amount? you
no
go?
money.
He was probably,
Free.
probably split your
It's
spleen.
Mike Tyson.
Bro, I might not make it.
He could
That
kill
too.
you. He could
I
split
mean,
your spleen.
look,
You
listen,
get an infection.
This is
or
all
something.
film reel. Give me the pictures of the scene and sign
Or
all
if like
90 of
if
them.
I seen John Moran just happen to be walking around with a hoop, I'd be like, yo, dunk on me.
Oh, like the guys who just put up
Yeah.
a Fisher Price.
Like, psych me. You got dog on who? Psych.
With the toy, like
Yeah, we gotta wrap this up. That's the way you do it. That's the way you do
oh
it.
my god.
You got
Oh
dog on
my
who?
God.
Take this, put together in your mouth.
Hey yo, nah.
Oh,
We wrap
that's
this.
hilarious.
This is the customer service podcast.
We're back.
So we out.
We out, baby.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.